So let's turn to Portugal. Let's cross the English Channel. Let's travel, down the Bay of Biscay to the end of the peninsula to our good friends in Portugal, where there has been a real fight going on in Portugal, in courts, in the legislature, in the culture. We want to hear from José Ramalho, who is an attorney. He is on the ground. We have had a nice variety of perspectives here: international courts, legal analysis. We're going to now talk to a lawyer, Mike Ferris, who just has unmatched experience in litigating at all levels. And we're going to the ground level. We're going to the trial level. We're going to where things are, where families are fighting for their freedom to homeschool. And José Ramalho is one of the heroes of homeschooling in Portugal. Jose, tell us what's happening in Portugal. Give us some insight and wisdom. What lessons have you learned as you fight for the freedom of homeschoolers in Portugal? Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Jose. Please share your thoughts with us.
Hello to everyone. It's a pleasure and honor to be with you and share my little experience about homeschooling. As Mike said, I'm in the ground. I contact with the families directly, in the court directly. And when I heard Mike talking, I have a feeling that that's from their experience that we are done here. In Portugal, we found two ways to deal with the state, with the government, in two levels. In the first place, the families understood that they must have together, they must have associated, because they understood that is the way of pressure for the legal, the people that will make the laws and the governments and the politicians. And MEL is an association with a strong weight here in Portugal, means free education movement. And they have very good work in investigation and providing to the families some advices, practical advices. And from my part, I work with the legal advices. But what I want to share with you is the families understood that in the first place must be associated to make pressure, and in the second place must be connected to a way to, I don't like the word, but to fight against the authority in the wrong way. But we also know, and from my experience, I understood that the court here, the state is trying to, is starting to understand what is homeschooling. And as far as the family open for the authorities, and I will explain what I mean with this, the better, because in the first place, the family have the feeling to close in themselves, and is not good for whom wants to know something more. Because here in Portugal, we have a principle that is almost sacred, that is the superior child interest. That it means that the judge don't care about the parents, don't care about the government, just care about the child. As Mike said, if the child is all right, it's good. And the family must understand that is the first step that he must take is to explain to someone else, to the authorities, to the court, to everyone, that these kids are good and these kids are happy. And after that, they will look at the family in another way. They looked at the family, okay, so how can we help you? How can we help to make these kids okay? To make this, okay, we've choose another way of education, but let's work together. I'm a little optimist now because I found many authorities and many judges more alerted to this phenomenon. I can say yesterday I was in the road for a judgment about a homeschool family, and my car burned out, stopped in the middle of the highway and stepped on fire. And I called to the court, I'm sorry, I cannot go because I'm on the road. And the judge herself called me and said, please, I will wait for you, come. We'll wait for you. So get some kind of taxi and come to us because we'll wait. Because she knows that the presence of the lawyer, not we, will be another one, but the presence of the lawyer with the family will help, and will help to manage the things with the judge, with the social security. This judge understood that she needs everyone there, and we solved the problem there yesterday. So in Portugal, we have now people is understanding that as Alexandra told, avoiding the court it's the best way, because unless we go to the court, better. Because I don't know where are in the other countries, but here in Portugal, when the family is detected, first they send a team from Social Security to understand how the family is, and because the first danger that they see for the child is, okay, are out from school, what is going on? It's some kind of what these parents are doing. And that's why we need to open the family, because when these guys arrive, they are concerned about the child. And if the family open the doors and say, no, we are just make homeschooling, we are not anyone wrong, they start to understand that, okay, so, and they change the way to look from someone to will charge to someone who can cooperate. If each case is different, but our task is to try to make understand all the authorities that these families are good families, and it's fun because they now understand that homeschoolers are most informed, are the parents are most interested in their kids, most than the normal parents that leave the kids at 8 a.m. and get at 18. And if the school was in 24 hours, I believe many parents give the children to the school and bye-bye. But they understand that the homeschoolers are most interested, are families with values, and are families that risk everything for their child. And we are assisting for a change of minds in the very little way, but I believe it's a matter of time that the legislator will come in to understand what is homeschooling in the real way. When we show the family, for example, in the court or in the Social Security, these people understand that they are more ability to be parents than the others, that they are more concerned, they are more interested. And from my experience is something that give me batteries to going on and trying to make the better for these families. In the court, we try to not get the thing in the end. We try to solve immediately. As yesterday, the judge called me, we arrived, and we don't get into the court to the room of the trial. We decide the question before. I think it's the best way because we can manage with the judges, we can manage with Social Security, we can find a plan for this family, and it's and then we avoid that question of put the family on risk on the court. Some cases must go there, but my way to see this is to avoid that at all costs, because we know where our agreements between the family and the Social Security and all authorities, there are many ways to then change, and then even the agreement is complete full, can be changed in the next week, the next month. There are always options, and we know when a judge says make a decision, we must fight that decision, and with all costs and with all damage that could come for the family. I believe it's the strategy for the family to answer the question, how can we homeschoolers do the things in their cases? The best strategy is associated, and then try to get open and get time, because time will help. Once they know how the family works, how this family are interested, how this family is completely focused on their child and the best for their child, they will give time to the family show and to come in connected with the state, with the government laws and everything. For now, we are assisting not persecution, but to a way to try to make this go around. In Portuguese, we say all the time that, okay, we go around. It's not like this way, so it's a culture we cannot change. But we'll try to make this as a trade, as a way to work with even the policy camp in the trial camp. That's my experience tells me today.